T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Aric Fiscus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Yes, sir. They're filling the room. Filling the room. Five people in the room.
Feel the rune.
The rune.
Episode 127 of the Play By Ear podcast. Welcome. Check in. Savannah's checking in.
Savannah.
Hey there. Hi there. Ho there.
Hello, Savannah.
You're as welcome as can be.
MCK.
Fast as fast can be.
Fast as fast can be. All right. Welcome. Been a couple weeks. Welcome.
Has it been a couple weeks?
Yeah.
It has been a couple weeks.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Schedules get in the way.
In our industry, this is a busy time of year.
Yeah. Mr.
James.
Jaime.
Jaime.
What?
I
Was that
Spanish? Spanish
what
for
was that?
James, right? Is that what
Yeah.
that is? Okay.
Excuse me, Jaime.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
I'm being multicultural here.
I see that.
Well, good for you. Welcome once again to episode 127 of Play It By Ear podcast. If you've not been here before, we each bring a topic to the table. I guess Todd has a topic we're continuing, so we've kind of discussed some of it, but we'll finish that up today.
Seems like this topic has lasted 3 months, doesn't it?
Oh, well, no, it's lasted almost a month. I mean,
Yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
there's been 2 different weeks off, and then I guess it's a 3-parter. So yeah, it'll be when it's all said and done, it will have lasted 5 weeks.
yeah, well, food is food.
Crazy.
Food is
It is
good.
food.
There will be an exam at the end of it.
Well, I don't know if anyone at home is keeping score for themselves. I'd kind of like to know that. I don't know if people would keep that score from week to week, but yeah, do me a favor, people in the room, as we go through this last column, keep your own scores. See where you
Yeah.
measure up with us, because of course, Brady will be the pickiest, and I'll be in the middle, and Todd
Hey.
will eat most anything. You say,
That's
hey, you
being
know, it's true.
presumptuous.
You know, it's true.
I'll try about anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never used to be that way. I never used to be that way. As I get older, I become more adventurous, I guess, when it comes to culinary
Delights.
limbs I'll go out on. Yeah.
All right. So Todd has the first topic. Brady's in the middle. I will have the game of the night, which will be Family Feud.
Yeah. I was telling my wife earlier, I got to win this week.
Yeah,
I got to be honest, I feel dumber than hell over the last since I've returned, and I haven't won a game.
Now,
You're
don't
in a
sell
slump.
yourself short there. You're not
Yeah.
dumber than heck. I just
My
happen
way-
to be.
It's my way of
cruising.
pumping myself up. I gotta knock myself
Yeah,
all the
there
way
you
down.
Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch.
Oh,
Are we ready?
All right. We are ready,
you got-
Todd. Take it
are
away.
ready.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we got to bring attention to the website, www.playbyyourpodcast.com. We will refer to the website here a couple different times during the course of our little show here.
And I'd like to point out, if people wonder why we always look so awkward, is because it's backwards. And no matter how many times you do it, it's hard to point backwards and diagonal. Like,
said it's like backing up a boat, man.
Yeah.
So you wonder how the Brady bunch did it in their little 9-square cubicle looking.
Yes. Evidently, from reading the biography, lots of drugs.
so they probably didn't know what they were looking at. All right, Todd.
I'm ready. All right, so we are finishing up a match, a food match to see. I guess it's to see who the pickiest eaters are, which we already know the outcome. But after 2 columns of 3, and by the way, this is a 1 point for everything you don't eat list, everything you do not eat list. After 2 columns, we have Brady with 14 points, Aric with 12 points, and moi with 7 points.
And I would like to just say,
Golf. Go ahead.
If you would remove condiments and white stuff, I'd be in the thick of this.
I don't think there's been one condiment yet. Yeah, there was. Mustard. Mustard was in the second column, and ketchup. I see it. Yeah, you're right. There were columns, or there were condiments in the columns.
Aric and I would be tied.
Are we ready for column the third and final column? Number 1.
Volume away.
Top of the list, we have tomatoes. Tomatoes.
No, I have to ask it. Is this tomatoes in any form, or just off the vine?
Can I say tomatoes in any form other than sauce or juices? Can we do it that way? Like if you eat tomato soup, I don't think that counts.
Okay.
You have to eat the tomatoes in a salad, on a sandwich, something like that.
What about diced tomatoes and like chili or
taco?
Diced tomatoes on a taco would be okay.
Yeah, I mean, not a favorite. It just depends. It just depends. I've had a tomato that, like, when diced up, it really adds to it. But there's some that just have like my grandmother would rant about all that does taste like one of those hothouse tomatoes. I don't know what that meant. I had no idea what that meant. But boy, she had a bee in her bonnet about hothouse tomatoes.
Hopefully somebody out there can shine some light on that. I don't know.
A form of tomato, isn't it?
Is it?
Like a species of tomato?
I just assumed it was one raised in a greenhouse over the winter and maybe didn't taste as good.
No, a tomato is part of the nightshade, I believe what it's called, isn't it? Family of.
Yes.
Okay. What are hothouse tomatoes? Hothouse tomatoes are a variety of tomato that is grown in, wait for it, a hothouse. These tomatoes thrive in greenhouse conditions where the temperature is warm and humid. Hothouse tomatoes are vine ripened and usually available from late July to October.
I didn't know that.
So
I get they must not taste the same.
So Brady, you don't even like a fried green tomato?
Yeah. You know, it seems like I've tried one. It wasn't totally offensive, but I think it's the mental imagery, because you can't eat green apples, and I think if green tomatoes is the same, you'll get the green tomato quick step. So maybe I'm like feared of them.
The green tomato trots.
Yeah.
So what about tomatoes stewed Sardinia Elementary cafeteria style?
You mean my mom would say, refuse?
As my mom would say, gag a maggot.
I think that was just leftovers from the medical examiner's office that they gave to the schools.
And I know I've told this story before about the time where I took my chilled tomatoes stirred it up in my baked beans, poured some chocolate milk in there. I think a couple banana meat snakes to top it off, and they caught me and made me take a bite of it.
Never
Can you
could
please
happen
explain?
Explain
Can
what?
you please explain? Because it's been a long time. It was one of the first episodes where you coined the infamous banana meat snake terminology. Please
All
tell
right.
those at home.
So the banana meat snake is from my childhood at Sardinia Elementary. You would get the half a banana. That's the thing now. Like these kids get whole bananas now at schools. I mean, they're smaller, but we always got a half a banana. So it always had an exposed.
Monsters.
It had an exposed end, and perfect for jabbing your straw in there. And if you put your finger at the top of the straw and you pull it out, you could pull out banana inside the straw, and then when you strung the straw out, it made a snake-like shape. So it was the banana meat was forming the snake. So that's what that means.
We
It's
never did
it's
get that T-shirt.
yeah, it wasn't actual meat. It was the inside of a banana, which we called it banana meat. Or well, we on the podcast. I don't think we ever coined that. I don't think we called it that back then. I think that needed an
Spur of the
adult
moment.
mind. Yeah. But
That's
no,
amazing.
and to this day, I won't try a chilled or a stewed tomato. And I don't know the difference between a chilled or a stewed tomato either.
Well, one is angry and one is calm. But
Yeah.
anyways, I can't
I
get
will eat
myself a
tomatoes.
point.
Yeah, I would.
So
I
we
will
all
eat
okay. No points for the tomatoes. I wonder why they don't fry other types of tomatoes other than green.
I'm going to
Good question.
guess.
I've
Have
always
you ever
wondered that.
tried to dice a very ripe red tomato? It comes apart. It's crumbly. And
That's
I'm
true.
kind of wondering if a green tomato has more coalescence.
Terseness.
Yeah.
Terseness.
Turgidness.
All right, gentlemen. Next up, cauliflower. Cauliflower.
Yes, I will eat cauliflower.
It's not my favorite, but I'll eat it.
It tastes like morning mouth and butt smell. I think it. Yeah.
What does butt smell taste like?
Well, if you're in a room and there's an unpleasant butt tree going on, it just kind of has a slightly farty, flatulent taste smell to it. I don't like it. I've even tried like the deep fried versions. Now I have consumed cauliflower in a crust, like it's a cauliflower bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I really get it. Just kind of tastes like bland bread, but it doesn't have that odor. It does not have that aroma or aftertaste that a cauliflower does. But I don't love it. I guess
So-
technically, go ahead.
Are you guys going to say? Are you giving yourself a point?
No, I eat it.
No, yeah, I know you and I. I'm asking Brady because it says, I mean, everything you don't eat. It doesn't say everything you haven't tried. So you're getting your point for if you eat it or not.
I'm gonna have to give myself a point because I don't seek it out.
Okay.
I
So,
will
yeah,
eat it
that-
by default.
That's the question, Brady. If cauliflower were presented in front of you and you had no choice but
Oh,
to,
I'd eat it.
you would.
Well, when
Yeah,
you
if
say
I
no
had no
choice, do you mean
choice.
like life or death, or do you just mean like
No,
you're
no,
not
I mean,
getting any
like-
other food?
Okay, yeah. Let's say you're at someone's house for dinner and they present you with cauliflower. Would you eat it?
Is it raw?
I don't know.
Can I cover it in various cheeses? Can I cover it in salsa?
Uncovered, naked cauliflower.
Oh, I ain't gonna
Unkept.
like it.
Would you eat
No,
it?
I have to give myself a point. Yeah, I'm hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have one of those coming up next. So, like the next one on the list is coconut. Now,
Ooh.
I have eaten coconut. I don't like coconut. If I were at somebody's house and they made like say coconut shrimp or something I mean, I would probably eat it just out of politeness, but I can't stand it. I would hate every bite. So I'm giving myself a point for coconut.
When I do some of my Asian stir fry, I haven't made any of my rendang in a while, but it uses coconut milk as a an ingredient, and sometimes some coconut meat. Um, but I know I like coconut though. Now, my least favorite kind of coconut is like a Mounds or Almond Joy.
Oh,
I don't like grit.
There's
I don't
nothing joyful about a Mounds or an Almond Joy.
know. And then to make it worse, they put dark chocolate on it. So yeah,
I like dark chocolate, but it's just like I don't know what it is, but even the nuts in Almond Joys is Almond Joy the one that they have almonds, I guess. So even the almonds in those are like bottom of the barrel almonds. It's like they didn't even get good almonds, because I like almonds, but those almonds in an Almond Joy are not, they're not right. They're not all the way. They're not real almonds.
Ready, Eric? Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, and Mounds don't.
Mounds don't.
Yeah,
There we go.
there you go.
Yeah, Aric, what about you with coconut?
I'm conflicted with coconut. As Brady said about cauliflower, I don't seek it out. If it's in something I'm eating and I'm not expecting it, I won't like it, but I won't not eat it, if that makes sense.
There is nothing worse than you go somewhere and there's a dessert table, and you look over and you see like a nice cake or something, like, I don't know, white icing, whatever, and you get closer and you realize it's covered in a coconut afro. I mean, just all over it. It's just disgusting.
No,
It's like fruit hair.
Yes.
Here's the most egregious situation with coconut. Desserts, the whipped cream, I don't even know what you call it. It comes in many forms.
Fluff.
It can either fluff, generally known as fluff. It can be pistachio, it can be lime, it can be have coconut or not have coconut, and that's where you get caught.
You never know.
You never know.
Do you? There's nothing. There's nothing because I don't mind fluff if it doesn't have coconut or the worst. I've talked about this before. The Jello with the cheese on top of it, the shredded cheese on top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just not I don't know. I don't like coconut. I don't like the texture of it. I don't like the fact that if you think about it, it's got a little bit of a give. Like, it fights back a little bit when you chew it. You know what I mean? It's a push and pull type thing. You chew it, it doesn't quite give in, but yet it does.
But okay, but I will say there is one instance where I will seek out coconut on a snowball. I love snowballs.
You mean the pink things with
With
fruit hair on it?
On the marshmallows with the chocolate cupcake in the middle. I love them.
No.
I
That's
skin all
a
that out. I
crime.
skin all that back and just eat the chocolate cupcake in the middle.
Skin her
Tongue
back.
punch that creamy center to get around the coconut.
Oh yeah. My gosh.
So Todd, a snowball covering has the same standing in your world as meringue.
Yes, exactly. As a matter of fact,
So
it's
Jim-
kind of like meringue with coconut on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
another
Jim-
thing, James. Everything about German chocolate cake is awesome except the coconut.
Can I bring up something? Historically, and pardon me to my German audiences, but they haven't been accepting a lot of other cultures historically. Where did the Germans get the coconut to make German chocolate cake?
That's a good question. I've thought of that myself.
It is
Coconut just doesn't lend itself to German cuisine in my mind.
Nine.
Okay, so my mom used to make German chocolate cake quite a bit. I would not eat it. And it was the coconut and it was the whatever that icing is. I mean, what, it have nuts in it or something?
Well, there's definitely nuts in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rest of the icing is.
It's wood
It's
and
an
hair.
it's an odd shade of grayish brown, isn't it? It's got an odd hue.
It's got a texture of snot. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
couldn't do it. And I don't mean to talk bad about my mother. I love my mother, but no, I couldn't do that.
Plus, that was a generation thing. Like, all of our moms, somebody always, there was always somebody making a German chocolate cake.
At
You
a
never even had
church
to-
carry-on?
Here's the thing: no one ever asked for it. Just like the orange Jello
No.
with the whipped cream and the shredded cheese on. Nobody liked that stuff. Nobody wanted it, but it was always there.
That's fact.
Or the fluff or whatever, like you said. Now I
Yeah,
probably would have
mystery-
tried.
mystery fluff.
I would not eat back then the pistachio. I wouldn't eat anything with a green tint. But I probably would now because I like pistachios. But back then it was just the greenness
Well, but
threw me off.
if it was a lime with the marshmallows in it, that's pretty good stuff. The pistachio, not so much.
Yeah, I like pistachios though.
Nobody's told me why pistachio flavoring is green. Nobody's been able to explain that to me.
Pistachios are green.
Yeah, pistachios.
No,
are green.
yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
stretch.
Is it?
It's not
Well,
like emerald, or I mean, it's not like the greenest.
They're
of
not
green, but-
mint green. You know that green, and you know exactly what I mean, like a pistachio
Because if you
ice
take-
cream or yo.
If you take Cool Whip and you put it with something green, it makes mint green.
True, but speaking of pistachios, man, I was
Candace,
just
Welcome, Candace.
munching.
I just
Oh,
saw Candace's comment, and not only did she join us, but she's also spot on. Meringue is pointless. It's snake spit.
Give some heft to your pie.
Yeah,
there you go.
Provides a covering for the fruity, gelatinous center of whatever
Yes.
pie you're
Keeps the
talking
insects away. It catches
So
them
Aric,
like a Venus flytrap.
since you like a snowball, are you not giving yourself a point for the cocoa nut?
about. No, I'm not going to give myself
Okay.
a point. I mean,
All right.
in most instances, I will either tolerate coconut or, again, in the case of a snowball, I'll seek it out. But
Yeah.
I can't give myself a point.
All right, gentlemen. Next up, white chocolate.
My favorite. I just bought a bag today when I was at Krage's. I got a bag of white chocolate Easter eggs. Love it.
White chocolate is my least favorite kind. It's the poor man's chocolate. It's grotesque when it comes to chocolate, but any chocolate's good. So I can't give myself a point. But I don't. Now I like the white chocolate peanut butter eggs. I do like those. But I think it's
What
because
about the
peanut butter.
cookies and cream Hershey bars? The
Nah,
white chocolate with the
not a
Oreo
fan.
in it.
Not a fan.
Todd, I could not have put that any better than you did. All chocolate is good. White chocolate is the worst.
Yes.
Again, I will not seek it out. I won't necessarily turn it down if it's in my presence. But
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, we've talked about this before, though. When I was a Ute, one of my favorite candy bars was the Zero Bar,
Oh
zero.
which is covered in white chocolate. Oddly enough.
Yes.
Um,
I don't know if I've ever eaten a zero bar.
Can we look at? I don't remember what was in it. I just remember liking it. It had some nuts.
it is
in it.
white chocolate, nougat, and
Was there
almonds.
nougat?
It was nougat.
No
It's probably
caramel.
the same stuff that's inside of a It's a little bit denser than a Three Musketeers, but it's the same kind of nougat.
Combination of caramel, peanut,
Oh,
and
there was
almond
caramel in
nougat.
Brady was way off.
You
Brady had the wrong nut.
what I need.
you got.
Brady had the
White
wrong nut, and
chocolate
I had the
fudge.
caramel.
Yes.
See, that's the
Chocolate
difference. It's fudge.
fudge.
Yeah.
Fudgy.
So nobody gets a point for that.
Mm-mm.
No.
All right.
Do see Candace's comment here? White chocolate is the ugly stepsister of all chocolates.
Yes, and I'm going to be honest with you. Candace is a confectionery queen. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to this stuff. Take my word for it.
Confectionery queen.
Billy Ocean would have had a hit had he sang
Yeah,
that.
he would've.
All right. Next up, mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. I'll just right off the bat. I'll give myself a point.
No explanation needed.
I hate mushrooms. Yeah.
They taste like dirt. They taste like dirt smells.
They taste like they taste like snail meat that's been laying in dirt. Like so I go a couple years back. I go see my brother in Florida and his family there and stuff. And his father-in-law he tells me how I've never had his mushrooms. He's making them on the grill, and they're these big old round. I mean, they look
The
beautiful.
shiitakes.
And he's got like the cheese and bacon on them and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh, this is probably a mushroom I can eat. So I bite into it, and the first layer is good. The cheese is good. The bacon's good. And then it's like eating a raw piece of wet meat. And it doesn't matter how much goodness you put on top of that. It still tastes like you're eating like just an eel right out of the mud.
It just tastes like the mud itself. Like
You're
I
right.
had
The texture is what I have a problem with, though. It's that it's like uncooked meat. It's like raw meat.
So Candace says mushrooms are disgusting, spongy, and gross.
Yes, thank you, Sponge. And Candace, we haven't agreed this much in ever since I've known Candace. So stay on here, Candace. I like what you got to say.
like
I like
you know,
mushrooms.
you do?
I do.
One of
I
the
like
biggest
mushrooms
food
on
seizures.
pizza, and I like them on things. I will not eat a mushroom by itself.
One of the biggest accidental food seizures I've ever had is I ordered a pizza hoagie from an establishment, and I excitedly opened up toward the aluminum foil, and I bit into that, and it was a mushroom hoagie. And then that taste hit the back of my palate, and I'm like driving like, and it was like I had a grand mal while driving.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Well, because the mushroom gravy, and they take something as beautiful and tasty as gravy and ruin it. It's ruined.
Fungus gravy is
ruined.
out.
Ruined.
Right.
Yeah, I can't do mushroom gravy. I'm with you there.
Celia gets a hoagie and she gets mushroom and pizza sauce, mushroom gravy and pizza sauce put on it.
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah. That's
I
that's
could-
just a mess.
yeah,
It's not enjoyable to watch her eat it because she's just making a mess the entire time. So
like she's eating on a load of
Yeah.
roadkill.
yeah, it's just
I cannot
Oh,
give
man.
myself a point for mushrooms.
no. Man. I did. Brady, what about you?
I need a point.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a damn Smurf, there's no point in mushrooms.
Or you're at a jam. If you're at a fish concert.
All right, Bill Walton.
Yeah. Savannah is allergic to mushrooms. So no mushrooms for
That's-
her.
Yeah. I say that's not a terrible thing to be allergic to. If you're going to be allergic to something, mushrooms isn't bad.
Yeah.
They're probably easily avoidable, I would think.
Yeah.
You would only
Be
come
worse
in
if you were-
contact with them sporadically.
All right. Next up, gentlemen, we have beans. Just beans. It doesn't say just frijoles. It doesn't say what type.
I was gonna
There
say,
is
it's
not
very
a bean I
broad.
won't dine on except a lima bean.
I would dine on a bean. They stop on a dime, dine on a bean.
Yes. I love me
Yeah.
some beans. Soup beans, pintos, black red beans and rice, New Orleans style. I love me some legumes.
But you won't
But,
eat a liming bean?
And no,
I mean,
I resent the closeness in spelling because now I don't know exactly what a quote butter bean is, but I think it's just it's a what do you call it? It's a fraud because it's just a lima bean. They're trying to dress it up by saying it's a butter bean.
Lima beans are green, aren't they?
I don't know. They're gross.
Butter beans are like skin colored. They're like that pinkish brown. I think.
Yeah.
all right, here we go. Let's see. Other than what they're called and sometimes their color, butter beans and lima beans are exactly the same.
Really?
I knew it. It was somebody trying to lie on me.
So it says they are a different color?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, see-
sometimes their color.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lima beans are any lima bean I ever had was like a pale green, and any butter bean I ever had was like a pinkish brown.
I'll tell you exactly what's up with butter beans. Somebody had a big old can of them, and they want their children to eat them. Oh, it's not lima beans. Lima beans are gross. Here, try these butter beans. And it's a
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
But they have butter in the title. You can't go wrong with that.
That's the dodge. I don't love butter anyway, but like,
Well, I don't just like eat butter out of the tub, but I like things that have a buttery flavor. So do you eat popcorn sans butter?
yeah, I don't mind a touch of it, but that drizzled and greasy butter,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, pre gallbladder, nothing was harder on a gallbladder than movie popcorn. What?
All right, we got some comments on beans.
All right. Candace, beans. I like a bean. Green, yes. Baked, yes. Kidney, why not?
That was awesome reading, Aric. That was nice inflection there.
Thank you. Jim, beans, the musical
food.
I like green
Mornings.
beans, and I cannot lie.
I agree, Candace. Butter beans are
Butter
delicious.
are delicious. Tastes like a big fat soup bean.
Yeah.
I love soup.
You gotta like
beans.
alliteration in the butter beans too.
I detest bean soup.
With cornbreads.
Ugh.
Oh,
I can't even look at it.
really?
Ah,
That
I
hurts
like
my
me
heart,
some
man.
I like me some chili. I'll eat beans and chili.
What do you eat cornbreads with then? Typically,
I generally
Like
don't eat
barbecue,
cornbread,
like okay.
because
But if
nothing I eat kind of goes with corn. Not that I
Yeah.
dislike cornbread, but I mean, it just doesn't.
I
go
like
with me.
cornbread with but you like barbecue places have it like
Yeah.
I had
Famous
brisket
Dave's.
mac and cheese with a side of sweet cornbreads Saturday.
yeah, that's
Good stuff.
so. Man, my phone keeps going off. So points for no one on beans, or
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I don't eat them. I certainly, probably the only place I will eat a bean is chili. I mean, so I can't say I
Really?
don't eat them.
do you eat green beans?
No, tastes like dirt.
Do you eat what are those?
What about the pinto or black beans on your
Yeah.
Chipotle?
That's
no,
what I
I don't
meant,
get
yeah.
no. I don't
Really?
get these on my Chipotle. No.
I get both. When I get my Chipotle, I get both pintos and here's what I don't like. Why do they make me choose, or why do they try to make me choose? Listen, there's room, there's so much room in that bowl. I can fill it with whatever I want. Don't say pinto or black beans.
You could go through the whole tray of stuff if you want.
Exactly. If they're careful with their portions.
They're planning.
But you're right. And why do they always skip over the veggies? The veggies you have to specifically request the veggies or they won't give
Yeah.
them to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Listen to us, Chipotle.
Yeah.
Don't make us choose our beans and ask us about the veggies.
I'm a hothead burrito.
Oh, I like hothead.
Does it involve throwing keys?
I tell you, here's what I over at Wilmington. I'll probably get them in trouble if anybody ever listens to this from that area, but I've gone into the hothead burrito twice in Wilmington, and I swear I get an 8-pound baby wrapped up in that foil by the time it's done.
Yes.
And here's why. I thought the first time it was just accident. I thought maybe that the builder of the burrito messed up and split the wrap. No, both times I've gone, they've doubled up the wrap.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe their wraps are thin.
I don't know.
Don't have a blowout. That's the word.
That's
That's
true.
later.
Because that's what I started going with the
With that
that's why I
8-pound
started
baby.
going with the bowls at Chipotle, other than just trying to be a little healthier. But because I get tired of, you take 3 bites and you split the whole burrito, and next thing you know, it's on your lap.
There's a breach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot eat a Chipotle burrito or any burrito while you're driving. Not possible.
And if Aric can't eat it while he's driving, it can't be it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's some backstory. There was the Brady
Yeah.
story. Was it? Yeah.
The big old baked potato to go in my gear. And he accidentally
3-course
sat
meal.
on it.
All right. How about strawberries?
I love strawberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
You okay there,
I can
man?
imagine not liking strawberries.
Yeah. It's just strawberries in any form are good.
So that's a quick one. How about bananas?
Love bananas.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Grapefruit.
Oh, no. There is nothing looks so beautiful as a grapefruit. And you bite into it, and it's like licking the end of a battery. There's sting and sizzle and just mouth rot instantly.
For shizzle.
For shizzle. And I want to like it so bad, but it is the most better. And once again, I'm going to reference my 23andMe genetic report says I have a sensitivity to bitterness. So, like, I'm genetically predisposed to not like grapefruit. I try. Hey, you want to know what's? I'll tell you what's a crime against humanity. Is they used to sell little vending machines back in the old days, like late 70s, early 80s. Donald Duck brand juice, and Donald Duck was on it, and it looked like orange juice. No place on that can did it say it was grapefruit. But here's how ancient it is. It's got like the foil tab that peels.
Yeah.
And then it can also lacerate your tongue and your lip. A sadistic can designer designed it. And the foul, bitter miasma of nasty that came out of that can. And nowhere did it say grapefruit. And it was.
But nowhere did it say orange fruit.
Well,
nowhere did it say orange juice.
It was a round citrus fruit. You assume, because like only Nazis and communist dictators put grapefruit juice that looks like oranges.
Okay, now you know there's some nasty orange juice.
There is.
These off-brand orange juices are nasty. They're very grapefruit-like.
Yeah,
and
they're probably
do you like
kumquats instead.
Do you like pulp? Are you guys pulp?
Yes, pulp.
If you think about if you think about it though, there's no other drink where you would be fine with little skin, little skin tags.
Floaties.
Yeah, in your drink. But people like pulp. I like pulp. Now I'm not like it's pulp or nothing. I mean, I like it all, but I don't. Oddly enough, I only drink orange juice on vacation. I never. We never buy it. I never have it. Same way. I always, if I stay in a hotel and you go to the little breakfast and they always have the juice machine thing.
Yeah.
Where you get water, orange juice, apple juice. That's the only time. Yeah. I love the idea of making my own waffle and pouring a glass of apple juice at a hotel for free.
Yes. Free. Oh, you paid for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as grapefruit, and I know Aric likes grapefruit. I know because I remember the stories from you guys talking about Aric eating grapefruit every morning or whatever it was. But
I'll eat grapefruit in certain conditions. Yes. It has to be covered with some sweetener of some sort.
Oh, sugar. Yeah, I was going to say, Brady, have you ever sprinkled sugar on your grapefruit? It takes the bitterness away.
It's like putting sprinkles on a dog turd. It can't mask it. It can't. It's not going to cover up. What offends me.
Okay, I'll say this to you. Well, I think you all know, but I'll say this to the audience. Do yourself a favor, because I always talk about Gary Goldman on this show. Do yourself a favor and look up Gary Goldman grape versus grapefruit. You will not be sorry. He tells a story. You were talking about the juice, Brady. He tells a story of being in a hotel and thinking he was getting orange juice and got grapefruit juice. He says, I took a drink and my life flashed before my eyes. He said, if I had brushed my teeth, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
Nothing will turn your mouth into a sphincter like grapefruit. It's like, hey, And it just does you in.
So what is this? Why do I have a story in my head of Aric eating grapefruit at Brady's house or something like that? Or is there a picture going? I know what it is. There was a picture
There is.
of Aric either eating a grapefruit or preparing a grapefruit or staring down. There is a grapefruit and Aric in a picture somewhere.
It kind of reminds me of that scene from Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. And he's looking like he's going to spoon out the monkey brain. So the thing is, the thing is a huge head-shaped thing, and he's getting ready to tear into that. And I know the exact picture you're talking about, Todd, because he looks very satisfied with himself. He's doing the preparation, and he's kind of giving that look like
I could have sworn I could have sworn we talked about it in the podcast at some point. But I want to point out that we are halfway through this third column, and Aric has not gotten a point tonight.
Oh,
Next up. Raisins.
I like a raisin in moderation.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't seek them out.
Yeah, I could toss back a handful of raisins or craisins or all the other iterations of raisins. A oatmeal raisin cookies, okay.
If you know it's an oatmeal raisin cookie, if you think it's chocolate chip, there's nothing more disappointing.
Yeah.
No point.
Aric?
I'll eat a raisin.
Yeah, I don't. You won't see me eating like a box of raisins. But I'm like,
so, the only time I would ever eat a box of raisins in my life was when I was a kid and I wanted to act like I had a chew of tobacco in my mouth.
spit and all.
Yeah, spit and all.
Yeah,
a big old wad of chaw.
Well, I always
didn't know it'd turn into a prune whistle later.
I always like to take the boxes and turn them into horns. They were like that shaped.
That'll get your recess tucking away quicker than anything back in the day.
You know, I don't like. I saw something the other day. This is odd because now that I think about it, maybe I like raisins more than I thought because every once in a while I crave Raisin Bran. Like I don't know why. Like twice a year I crave Raisin Bran. And it can't be the bran. It has to be the raisin that I crave, or the combination of. But I saw a meme the other day and it said, imagine a cereal so bad that 2 scoops of raisins made it better. Like
Do you remember the old, we've talked about this on WLW, the comedian, good gosh. Dude. Gilbert Gnarly.
Oh, yeah. Gary Burbank.
Thank you, Gary Burbank. Yeah. And where he was calling in character and he was calling to the Kellogg's people complaining that his Raisin Bran did not have 2 scoops in it. And they were like, no, sir, we measure them. I was like, no, I'm not talking about the raisins. I thought I was getting 2 plastic scoops. He thought there was 2 scoops in every box. So sorry, it's
speaking of which, it was not to bring the show down, but it was the anniversary here yesterday or today of our buddy Casey's death. And but you just remind me of a funny Casey story. May he rest in peace. But we went bowling one time and we convinced him that when he got a turkey that he actually got a turkey, a frozen turkey from the
from the bowling alley.
From the bowling alley. So he went up and asked the guy that where you pay and get your shoes and stuff where his turkey was. You should have seen the look on the guy's face. Like, yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's good.
Good old Casey. All right. So next up, olives. Point.
All of the other points. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Foulness. What's worse? One of them
nothing
green
worse
olives with a red eyeball in it or a black olive?
Well,
it doesn't matter.
No, but black olives taste like burp. There's no, they just taste. They got a specific burp for you. They taste like Pepsi Cola burp.
Pepsi Cola burp.
They taste like Pepsi Cola burp.
Well, does a Pepsi burp just taste like Pepsi?
No, if it did, it would be fine, but it doesn't.
So it's like stomach acid.
I don't know what it tastes. If you're the one burping, it's fine. But if somebody burps a Pepsi burp onto you, bad. Maybe
La-
black
La
olives have
Rosa's-
Pepsi in them.
La Rosa's salads that they put the olives in. If you forget that, oh, annoying.
It's pretty gross.
Plus they
tasting,
give you the double whammy. They give you the green and the black olives in their
Oh,
salads.
yeah, awful.
punch in the left and the right eye. They get it covered.
Gosh, there's nothing worse than when you. And here's the. I've gone off about this before, and I'll continue to do it. If somebody wants to split a pizza with you, and they get, well, I want half of it with olives and all that other junk. It never fails. The olives go over onto your half of the pizza on
Yeah,
both
It's like
sides.
an invasion force.
Yeah.
On both sides, and then you pick the olive off, thinking, okay, and then the pizza tastes like a Pepsi burp. It tastes just like the olive.
You've lost 2 pieces of pizza
Yes.
because they both had olive bled into them. That's
And
bad.
here's my argument about that. If you like olives, you can eat pizza without olives, but I can't eat pizza with olives.
So you'll do without.
No wonder I'm a pain in the ass to order pizza with. All right, so we all got that point. Aric earned his first point of the night. Next up, I already know mayonnaise. Was that our first F-bomb of the? Did mayonnaise make Brady curse?
No,
I
it
know.
did not.
I know.
I just kind of went.
But if there's anything that would make us need a bleep, it would be mayonnaise for you.
Yes, I referenced it earlier. The AMS, the accidental mayonnaise seizure. I was at a friend's house one time as a youth, and their mom made grilled cheeses, and I bit into it and thought I maybe vomit it in my mouth accidentally. No, to only find out that they put mayonnaise on the grilled cheese. I think they're still in prison on international crimes.
So,
Awful.
was it mayonnaise or Miracle's Whip?
Was it vomit or puke? It's like
Well, now hang on. Don't say there's no difference. I told deja vu here. We've had this conversation many times about Brady.
Yeah.
And his but I like one of the most fighting mad I've ever been was with a guy who tried to tell me that there was no difference at all between, and he was smug about it, and he was set in his ways, and he would not come off of his opinion that mayonnaise and Miracle Whip taste the exact same. I'm not a violent person, but I wanted to fight that guy.
So what you may not know is, I mean, my wife is gluten-free. She has celiac disease, but Miracle Whip has wheat in it, so can't eat
Weed?
Miracle Whip. Wheat,
Like-
wheat.
Oh, I think you said
Oh,
weed.
that's a miracle, man.
Man, you put your weed in there.
Wheat.
No,
All
man.
Miracle, they don't have a wheat-free Miracle Whip?
No,
Really?
Is that like the meat? Is that what makes it a miracle? Is it because the wheat flour kind of like,
I don't know.
yeah, just nothing good about it?
I love
That's
Miracle Whip
it.
and mayonnaise
Yeah, no
For
point
different-
for me.
for different reasons. Aric, do you prefer Miracle Whips or mayonnaises?
I have no preference.
But you do, though. There's a difference, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
I was waiting for
yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Good.
Both,
All
both
right.
are fine.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Soy sauce.
Love me some soy sauce.
I like soy sauce
Chicken
too.
teriyaki with white rice, just enough soy sauce. Love it.
Again, I don't generally seek out Chinese food. I will eat soy sauce. I have nothing against it, so I can't give myself a point. But
Yeah.
There's no. I will dip my sushi, and by sushi I mean like the California rolls.
Sushi.
That's the only thing I'll dip that in it, and I will dab a little on my egg rolls.
little dabble. do ya.
But there's really no redeeming quality of soy sauce. It's basically just liquid salt. I mean, it's just
Pretty much.
it's just a salty. I much prefer to dip my egg roll in like a sweet and sour sauce or something with some flavor to it.
Now here we go. I like soy sauce, but
Some duck
I don't
sauce.
dip anything in soy sauce. I like cooking with soy sauce because I think the cooking and the heating of it really does lend itself to flavor. So that's why I was referencing the chicken teriyaki or just a little dab of like if you're frying up your rice, a little bit of soy sauce. It
Yeah.
does taste the flavoring and everything.
But with your chicken teriyaki, wouldn't you use teriyaki sauce?
Well, I kind of use it in the rice when I cook it up,
Gotcha.
just to give it
Now,
a.
do you prefer soy or Worcestershire sauce?
Worcestershire.
When I'm making my French onion soup, Worcestershire sauce. When I'm doing
Your
Asian
French
cooking,
onion soup.
if I'm rocking the wok, I'm gonna rock out with my wok out. I'm going to use the soy.
French onion soup. French onion soup is like the French, pretentious.
Yeah, so Brady gets it Brady, I'm going to tell you right now, if White Castle came out with a French onion soup, Brady would be the first person in line getting
He
it.
would.
Man
What
he gets it wherever it's at.
I don't want my soup with an island floating in the middle of it. What is that?
French onion soup though is one of those things. And I know we're joking about where I get it, but like you can order it out, but man, it's a pain in the butt to make, and I have never been able to pull it off like restaurants do. I just haven't got. I don't know.
I would probably like it more if I tried it now, but I used to hate onion and anything onion flavored and stuff. So
And it
the
does
soup
taste
part-
like onions.
well, yeah, I know,
or I probably
yeah.
wouldn't eat it.
The soup part is what gets me. The chunk of bread or whatever and the cheese, I would love that. But it's the brown part that I don't.
Yeah.
So back to soy sauce. I have seen low sodium soy sauce,
Yeah,
and I wonder what's left over. I mean, if it's low sodium,
It's just brown
it's just a ball
water,
of air. Yeah, it's
like leaf water.
you pour it out and it goes wah wah wah. Nothing comes out. All right, so I can't remember. Aric, yes or no to soy sauce?
yeah, but I don't seek it out, but I can't say I don't eat it.
Yeah. Here we go. Cooked fish. Cooked fish.
I'm confused. Cooked?
I think it just means not raw fish, like cooked fish. I'd say
It's
of any
not
kind, like
sashimi, but it's just
Oh.
like
no. I just mean I looked at like a fillet, like a fist sandwich from
a fist fillet.
Arby's or anywhere, just something cooked rather than like raw fish. I think is what it's getting at.
Well, yeah, I need to get myself to a fist fry.
I haven't been to one this year. Have you been yet?
Harish
No.
harai.
Yeah. We
No,
usually always hit one, Aric.
Friday's the last day.
Is it this Friday or next Friday?
I mean, everyone I've seen, last one's on the 31st. I don't think
gotcha.
they have them the Friday before Easter.
There was a food truck at Sons of Toil, the local microbrew, and it was called Off the Hook. It was a fist and chips, a fist and chist truck.
So Brady, do you eat cooked fish?
I don't like it at all. Here goes, and I'm clear about this. I ate fist up until 4th grade when I ate the Long Johns and became ill and yacked, and I haven't been able to eat it since. It roined me on it. But I've choked it down a couple times, but I don't love it. It's not one of those picky turn up my nose. There's an actual reason, and it kind of ruined me on it.
So Long John Silver's Big Mac you.
Oh yeah, I
Bread pudding, you. We all have our-
Yeah, it was that because I used to eat fist all the time, and that kind of did me in.
Well, wait a minute, Todd. I didn't think it was bread pudding. I thought it was chicken Kiev.
It was
Ooh,
Brab's
I've
pudding
gotten,
too.
I've gotten sick on both of them, chicken Kiev and bread pudding. All right, and the thing of it is, though, that's another thing with raisins. I mean, bread pudding. That turned me on raisins for quite a while, and I was able to fight back and eat raisins again. But I haven't tried bread pudding since. I probably would like it. I mean, there's nothing not to like about it, really. I mean,
It's a cinnamon roll, basically.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never had bread pudding with raisins in it.
really.
Yeah, that's why
Maybe that was the
trying to eat
problem.
a different
Maybe it
recipe.
wasn't a raisin. Maybe it was a cockroach or something that I ate, and that's what made me sick.
It's a
So
bold
Brady gets the
needle.
point there, pretty much, right, Brady? Aric, I know you
oh,
eat
yeah.
fish.
Yeah,
I do.
All right, next up, snails.
Yeah.
point.
Point.
Yeah.
I think
S-car
we all get
not.
a point.
S-car stop.
S-car
Let's see.
snot.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah. You eat chicken, don't you,
Yeah.
Brady?
All the time. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the other white meat.
We only have 4 left. Coffee.
No point.
Goes
I'm
back
too
to that
young.
bitter thing. I wish I liked it.
You stunt your growth.
That's right.
Right. Beef.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beef.
No, I have no problem with beast. Garlic.
Roast or otherwise. Yes, garlic.
Garlic. Oh, love garlic.
Last, carrots.
I can't get myself a point for them, but I don't love them. I find myself picking around them on in vegetable soup. Here's the weird thing though. A carrot in vegetable soup, it doesn't have a taste, but it doesn't taste like the soup. It's like an island of bland in a flavorful sea. And I just don't I can't give myself a point for it, but I certainly don't love them. I don't know.
Aric.
Like I will eat a raw carrot if I can dip it in ranch.
Mm-hmm.
I will eat carrots in vegetable soup. I actually like
Stew?
carrots a lot in like when you do a roast and you're like having
Oh, yeah.
vegetables with the roast. I like carrots.
Potatoes
like
and
that.
carrots.
Yeah.
Carrots and meatloaf
So-
are good. Carrots
Yeah.
with meatloaf. I like Cracker Barrel has good carrots. You just get like an order of the and
Glazed
they're
carrots.
sweet. Yeah, they're
No.
glazed, kind of like Bob Evans has good carrots.
And I will not eat carrots like that by themselves, and I can't tell you why. I just don't.
Just don't care for them.
Too much orange.
Too much orange.
She smelled like Lipton cup of soup. I don't know.
All right, we have a tally.
What do we got?
Hey, Mr. Tallyman.
Okay, so let me do some quick math here. 4, 5.
Audience members, if you've been keeping score, we'd like to hear your scores as well.
Yeah, we want to hear this for
All
this
you-
Rowan.
So, with the least amount of points, the fewest points, Todd Griffin with 11. 11
Okay.
total points.
You got most
The
of those
second-
today, didn't you?
I had 4 today. The second fewest points with 15, Aric Fiskus.
Oh.
The third fewest points,
AKA the most.
yes, Brady Liming, 22 points. You doubled up my score and you defeated Aric
Yeah.
by 7.
Yeah. I because we got into the mayonnaise and there was that kind of stuff. I don't know. Like I said, it's weird because I joke about my eating eccentricities, but I eat a wide range of things. It's legit. It really comes down to certain vegetables and certain condiments. Then my palate opens up quite a bit,
Yeah.
Todd, I'm
know.
surprised you and I were so close.
I was too. Yeah. Well, you had a real good round.
Yeah.
You only had 3 this round, Aric. That was by far your because
Fewest.
first. Okay, so let's break it down this way. The first round, Brady had 7, Aric had 7, and I had 2.
Yeah.
Second round, Brady also had 7. Aric, you only had 5 that round,
Dang.
and I actually had 5 as well that round.
Mhm.
And then this round, Brady had 8, Aric had 3, and I had 4.
Yeah.
So really, it was that first round that was the big difference between you and me,
Yeah.
Aric.
Yep. Very good.
Well, there we go. It's the end of an era. It's the end of that 3-week that spanned over 5 weeks.
That means I have to get back to work and find an actual topic next week.
After
Damn it.
the actual
you go.
topic.
All right. Visit the website, playitbyyourpodcast.com. If you're looking for a real comfy, soft t-shirt, click on the store link at the top of the page. It'll take you to buymeacoffee.com. You can buy a shirt there by clicking on the picture of the t-shirt. And Brady will get that delivered right to you.
Yep. It's in my trunk.
Drunk.
with the other bodies. I'm kidding.
All right, Brady.
All right. So I am kind of now, I cannot say it is a direct copy of a previous topic. We've talked about funny words and, we've had a few different language based topics, like the ones that come to mind are insults, like old fashioned insults and, some just different regional words. This one is just straight up funny words in the English, the 40 funniest words in the English language and how to use them. Now, what I'm going to try to do, I picked out the ones that we've kind of talked about before, but I thought it would be fun if I tell you what, like if I alternate, if we kind of use them in a sentence. So we're going to be like a real live urban dictionary with funny words. We're going to kind of like talk about their meaning, and then we're going to find amusing ways to use them. We're educators here, and we want to broaden your vocabulary.
Okay.
We want to make you smart.
Smart.
So, and what cracks me up is we, not to be pretend, we use some of these words a lot, and we drop them because they are funny. So I'll give you an example. Here's this one on the list: a brouhaha. A brouhaha. Now, the actual definition is, it's an uproar. It's a commotion. So, Aric, how would you use brouhaha?
I walked into the store and encountered a brouhaha amongst the employees.
There you go.
Interesting.
My dog had gotten into the wastebasket, and a brouhaha ensued over the meat scraps.
There's a brouhaha in my. Never mind. I'm just
I know where that was going.
I wonder why you had to throw the extra ha in there. Brouhaha. It's hard. It's like banana. You don't know when to stop with spelling it. Banana. Brouhaha. Is it Brewhaha?
It's actually Brouhaha.
So there's two HAs. So ha ha at the end, not ha ha ha.
Depending on what syllable, it could be a brouhaha or a brouhaha or a brouhaha.
Well,
they're coming to take me away. Brouhaha.
A brouhaha is bad. A brouhaha is real bad.
What about a brouhaha?
How do you even do that, man? Do that again.
That's the same. That's a southern brouhaha right there.
Also known as a Donnybrook.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's always
Donald Brook.
If you're fancy. Okay. Sozzled. Hammered, wrecked, drunk. Sozzled. When the Florida man threw an alligator through the Wendy's drive-thru, he was sozzled. True story.
I'm not as loud. Sorry, go ahead, Aric.
I tried to walk up my steps, but fell on my face because I was snozzled.
Good. Todd's thinking.
Hang on a minute. I got to write this one out.
Oh, there's a lot of thought going in this one. While he's writing that, do you need me to give you a minute and go on?
Yeah, and I've also set this up to where it's not going to be funny at all now that I'm writing it out. And but for my own, I got to get it. Okay.
Okay. Wassail. 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 It looks like it was wassail, but wassail is spiced mulled wine.
Wine.
So in the holiday season, now wassail is a very Cincinnati area thing because it's German. So wassail.
A little vino would be Kino. I want some wassail.
What?
Come on, man. Bachelor party. A little vino would be Kino.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want some wine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was up with you there, but I was like thinking in my head, was wassail, was that actually the words?
No, was not actually the words.
What? Can you repeat the definition of wazzled?
Wassail is a noun.
wassail.
It is warm spiced mulled wine. And actually, if you don't want to use this in a sentence, it's kind of a noun.
Well, you just got to drink. You just got to drink it and say "Wazza."
Yes. There you go.
I got snozzled on wassail.
Yes.
All right.
I'm
not as thozzled as you think I am, Ossifer. That's what I was trying to say on that last sentence.
That's
very
funny.
good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's very good.
That was worth the preparation.
Thank you. I worked hard for that.
Okay. Mollycoddle. Had a lot of siblings. Your parents probably mollycoddle the youngest.
I love that word, mollycoddle.
I love it.
Like
You
the word
young
lollygag.
whippersnappers with your Game Boys and phones, while you're mollycoddled. We had to go outside and play with darts.
And risk our lives.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I never heard that word before. What's it called?
Mollycoddle.
Mollycoddle.
Mollycoddle?
Maybe
never heard that?
on maybe on an episode in the past, but I it's not one that was part of my
Jake
vernacular.
Stivers or Wallace Griffin didn't use the word mollycoddle.
If they did, I didn't hear them.
I guarantee you
thanks.
both of them did.
The example they
I was
gave is
probably too mollycoddled to hear him say that.
You probably
there you
were.
go. Stop mollycoddling her. She's a grown woman.
There you go.
Okay. Bumfuzzle. Bumfuzzle. We all find ourselves confused and flustered from time to time to the point that we are bumfuzzled.
Why'd you have to go and park the car out in bumfuzzled Egypt? Now, I know that's not the definition, but it works.
When trying to put Lego sets together with my utes, the directions often don't have words and it leaves me bumfuzzled.
So it's just
The-
like, go ahead, Aric.
Confused, perplexed.
Confused.
Yeah.
The insanity going on right now has left me at a high level of bumfuzzlery.
See, we take them and make
the
our own.
tomfoolery. The tomfoolery is bumfuzzly
Yes.
or
indeed.
bumfuzzery. Yes.
This one's fun. A pointy-styled shoe is a winkle picker. Be careful. A winkle picker.
You hated to take a winkle picker to the groin when you were wrestling the Iron Sheik.
The growing.
Oh, good.
The groin.
The,
He's the only one
there was-
he's the one I can think of wearing pointy shoes.
well, no, a pointy shoe. Think of like wingtip. You know how
you
they're
don't
really
mean like
point.
the
No,
you mean
not
the curl.
curly cues. No,
Okay.
we're not talking Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. We're
Gotcha.
talking about Alvin Gentry, who has a pair of winkle pickers before he goes to Charrington Cross.
Where you can kill cockroaches in the corners.
Yes,
They're so pointy.
you can
Yeah,
winkle
I
pick them.
had an uncle that wore those boots all the time, and I always thought if he ever took his shoes off, it would just be like one long toe. It would be like a kangaroo's hoof. Like it's kangaroo's hoof.
Kangaroos don't have hooves.
You know what I mean? No, kangaroos have that one big claw in the middle. That's
Oh.
So let me see here. If you don't knock that crap off, I'm gonna kick you in the cornhole with my bum fuzzle. What's it called? A winkle picker.
when I kick in the bum fuzzle with my winkle picker.
That's right.
So I'm done mollycoddling you. Well, doodle sack. Leave my beloved
When we were
dog
in high school, we
out
had
of
to
this.
play eyes closed doodle sack drawing whenever we were younger.
Scottish
all right,
musicians.
all right. Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. A kangaroo foot. You know what a kangaroo foot is called?
Actually, I don't.
A macropod.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds
That's a
way
little-
too
I
complicated.
was going to say, that's a little more nerdy than I would have hoped.
Actually means big foot.
As opposed to a micropod.
There you go.
What about a megapod?
So does
Anyway.
doodle sacking mean like... I have no idea what the actual meaning is, but it seems like it would be something like just kind of like horseplay. Is that doodle sacking?
Not even close.
Really?
Here is your hint. In one of our favorite movies, So I Married an Axe Murderer, when they were playing Do You Think I'm Sexy, they were doodle sacking in the background.
We had to
playing
pipe her down.
It's
Oh.
bagpipes. So Scottish musicians are well known for their skill with bagpipes and their talents with the doodle sack. I just imagine my dog Crockett being very uncomfortable with this conversation. I had a golden doodle.
Yeah.
Was Crockett fixed? Did
I was
you
gonna
get rid of
say,
his doodle sack?
Was he de-doodle sacked?
Well, I think he still had his doodle sack, but his doodle berries were gone.
I'm assuming his doodle sack didn't last much longer.
Yes, it might have been a shrunken doodle sack, but okay. Ixie. Oh, go ahead.
Here's why those. If I would have known the word doodle sack when I was younger, I would have used it every day.
I'm gonna join a band. I'm gonna show off my doodle sack skills.
Or just the band name, the Doodle Sacks.
Ooh,
Bob Bilbert
is
and the Doodle
good.
Sack 5. Yeah.
Does that mean they're all bagpipists? Bagpipists?
bagpippery.
Bagpippery, yes.
That's a fun word to say. Like huswiffery.
A swiffery.
Yeah.
Pippery
Thank you, Miss
Longstock.
Wilson. By the way,
Mm.
they're one of our senior year. Like there was a short story, an American story, but it was about huswiffery, and that's housework, like a housewife work, huswiffery. Now,
There's
gentlemen, let me just say, do not say, woman, get to the huswiffery. That will not go well.
No.
Yeah.
There's
I
also
wouldn't dream of it.
midwifery. Midwifery.
Midwifery, very good. Okay, is there mail order whiffery?
Could be.
Sorry. Eeksy peeksy. Eeksy peeksy. If you like everything in your world to be perfectly balanced, it means equal. So, how much chocolate and peanut butter ratio they should be eeksy peeksy.
I disagree, though. I like more.
Oh,
More
And
peanut
a
butter.
Reese's, more peanut butter. That's why the specialty peanut butter, like the eggs and things like that, and the Christmas trees are better.
Yeah, indeed.
'Cause
they're not
eeksy
eeksy peeksy.
But that's
Yeah,
not real
so-
peanut butter, though. You can't spread that on bread.
Could maybe
it's-
toast.
It's doctored peanut butter. It doesn't, by itself,
It's
it doesn't
modified.
taste like peanut butter.
It's
Modified,
peanut
my man.
product. it's like cheese product. It's peanut butter product.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's
you know
more-
what? That makes me want to try to spread it on toast, though. Has anybody ever tried to melt like a
That's-
Reese cup and?
Well, but see, you can go to the store and you can buy Reese brand
butter.
peanut butter, but
Peanut
it's
butter.
not
But
the
it-
stuff they put in the
Okay,
Cups.
confess. Even though it's fine peanut butter, were you disappointed? Because were you
Yes.
expecting? Yeah, I was expecting
I
more
don't.
confectionery blend.
I'm sure that was one of those things because there were a couple of things that becoming an adult. There's a couple of things I had to make happen once I became an adult, and I think I think the Reese cup or the Reese peanut butter brand was because I never, mom and dad never would have bought that for me. I do remember also I asked every single time I was at the grocery store with my mom for the Goobers peanut butter and jelly common. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's got the
Right.
Where it has
stripes
the-
in it.
Yeah, it never would buy it. I don't know if that stuff was just $1,000 a jar or what, but mom acted like it was just off limits. And I remember when I became an adult, I went and bought a jar of that, and it was not great
Yeah.
No,
at all.
I think it smacked of laziness to the previous generation. Why can't
Could've
you
been.
spread your peanut butter and then spread your? It doesn't have to be combined.
Well, not only that, but I like if I'm eating a PB&J, I want my J cool. I want it cold. And the Goobers, you had to keep it I can't remember. Did you keep it in the fridge or did you keep it?
I
you
think
probably had
once
to
it was
keep in the
open, it
fridge.
had to be
So
refrigerated.
then your pee,
Your pee is cold.
your pee,
You're dead. You're dead.
your PB is cold, and I don't like my PB cold. I want my PB lukewarm or room temperature at least, and I
Room
want my
temp.
J cold.
So I like Crustables.
I do
Excuse
too.
me, Uncrustables.
Uncrustables, yeah. Crustables
sorry.
would be
Yeah, that'd be
that's-
blasphemy.
yes.
But I
Two
like
bread
that.
Can you imagine just
It's bread heels.
What?
2 bread heels. With
that's
peanut butter and
Crustables, just
jelly
2
in
bread
them.
heels. That
That's
would
Uncrustables.
never sell. You couldn't give those away.
Yeah, they'd had to pay people to take them. But like I love Uncrustables, but one of my biggest gripes is they have to be stored cold. If I have to grab a snack at school in the morning, or if I grab one of those Crustables out of the line at school, it's no fault of the cooks, but depends on what, like if they're too cold, it changes the consistency of the bread. But there's nothing worse than having a cool outside bread, but the inside is warm. So you feel like you've disemboweled something.
Yeah. I like the Uncrustables both cold and room temperature.
Yeah, I prefer room temperature.
But I tell you what I did, Brady. I bought. You get on Amazon, you can buy your own it's basically like a cookie cutter type thing, and you can make your own Uncrustables.
Interesting.
Yeah, you take your breads and you make up your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then you put this in there and it cuts away the crust and it seals it also. It seals the edge. Like an Uncrustable.
Now here's the deal. I'm not going to make. Yeah, a handmade PB&J is wonderful, and Crustables are good. But I'm going to be honest. It's not about the fact that it's lacking crust. It's convenient. I can grab it out of that sack and I can eat it. You know, I don't have to do any work. So
and they have the bigger size ones too. They have our school. It's like a super sized Uncrustable.
Really?
Yeah, like
a
the regular.
Cover.
Yeah, like the regular Uncrustables are like 180 calories, and the super ones are like 300 calories. But have you had the ones with peanut butter and
honey?
No, it's now that I think about it, might even be peanut butter in it. It's not. It's just hazelnut spread, like
Nutella.
Like Nutella in it.
Yeah,
they're good. But I would never dream of taking 2 slices of bread and putting chocolate between them.
Ooh,
would you?
Dang. Like maybe an Uncrustable that has peanut butter and maybe just a thin sheen of Hershey's syrup in it.
That'd be pretty
and then
good.
Put it in that pocket. There we go.
It's all about the pocket. Pocket foods are just good.
The hot pocket.
Hat packet.
Let's see.
Aric, are you an Uncrustables fan?
Yeah. I like them actually frozen.
Oh, frozen.
Yeah. Frozen.
Like so frozen
You have to know.
Like the peanut butter is crunchy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, that wouldn't be bad. But you notice they don't put crunchy peanut butter in Uncrustables.
True.
I don't
Because-
think they can legally.
Like,
I think there would be gum punctures if you did that. Because you can't see them coming. When you spread it on your own, you can see those nut chunks in there, and you'll know it. But if it's covered up in an Uncrustable, it's a mystery, and you're not expecting it. You could break your tooth.
Yeah, there would be injuries abound.
Yeah.
break a tooth.
So you might want to take that that crunchy Crustable and yell, Gardy Lou. Gardy Lou.
Gardy Lou.
Although we no longer toss garbage out the windows the way people did years ago, it's still helpful to know. If you hear someone shout, Gardy Lou, you better watch out because flying trash is coming. So at the ye old tenements in multi-story buildings, you would yell, Gardy Lou, and they would dump the garbage out the window onto the street below.
Interesting.
Really?
So Gardy Lou is like littering.
Yes. Yes, it's basically littering with a little bit of politeness and heads up.
Interesting.
I have a littering story. It's actually, it wasn't me. It was my cousin. We were in high school, but threw a combo out of the car and landed in the back of a guy's truck. And the guy literally chased him down, pulled into his driveway, and was like ready to
Beat his anus.
be violent, thinking that he threw a bottle in the back of his truck.
Like a combo, like a pretzel,
Like
with
a combo, like a food combo, like a pretzel encrusted cheese wedge or peanut butter. I don't know what flavor they were, but yeah. Now, first off, I remember it's one of those things where it was, you heard it so much, or I remember it so vividly. I think I was with him, but I don't think I was with him. But I remember thinking, like, number one, how could you mistake a combo for a bottle?
True.
And if
Somebody
you-
was itching for a confrontation.
Yeah, if you knew it was a combo, would you really? And I'm not saying it was right. If kids out there listening, don't throw combos in the back of people's cars or trucks. But still, it's a combo. It's not worth going. It's not worth going and kicking some teenagers and use over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just remind me of that when you talked about throwing garbage out the window.
Yeah, so yeah, Gardy Lou, but that's actually a very specific term. That means, hey, garbage is coming.
Nope.
Gardy Lou.
Gardy Lou.
You would think you would hear more like garbage men yelling that. That would be fun if you were a
That would
garbage
be
man and just yelling that every time you throw a bag into the back of the truck.
I have this next one circled because it's going to produce the most snickering. And I just want to issue this disclaimer. There is nothing inappropriate for what I'm about to say. Titty nope.
I don't know. Sounds like a bird.
It is not a bird. Aric, are you frozen or just very still?
He's frozen.
He's frozen or very offended. I can't
if he's-
tell. I could not
That's
have
why-
picked a
that's
frozen
why
for me
I'm glad
saying
that-
that word and look at that. It looks like
That's
he's
why
going to
I'm
come to the
glad-
screen and kick my anus.
That's why my laugh seemed so awkward when I was doing it, because I realized I was laughing alone. I thought, damn, am I the only one that thinks that's funny? And I realized Aric is frozen. So I guarantee he would have laughed. If you're watching at home and Aric is frozen on your screen, are you seeing what we're seeing?
Well, anyway, what titty nope is,
Is it a bird?
it is not a bird. It's not an animal. It's actually an innocent word that means a small amount of something left over. So, hey, there's just a titty nope of sugar in that bowl. Might as well use it. There he is.
Hello.
So let me replay what happened. Brady says the word is titty nope. I bust out laughing, and you're staring straight ahead like you're offended.
going
and
like this.
I feel stupid for laughing.
We thought you were mad.
I laugh alone.
Yeah, when nobody else.
We talked to you for 2.5 minutes thinking that you were still with us until we realized you were frozen.
Poison.
So
Poison.
My browser shut down. I don't know what happened there. But anyway.
can we at least agree that if you wouldn't have been frozen, you would have also laughed with me at Titty Nope?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you hear what the definition of titty nope was?
No, I did not.
Titty nope is very innocent, and it just means a small amount of something. It's like, hey, there's just a titty nope of sugar left. You might as well use it all. It's a small amount. Hey, how much cereal's left? It's just a titty nope. Just finish it.
So how many people could I offend on a given day by using that word?
Infinite. And it's a totally innocent word. It's like, I'm sorry that you're not as linguistically enlightened as me. You are a cretin.
Cretin.
Well, you could use it. You could use it when it makes sense too, and see if like, you know what I mean. Like if somebody says, "Hey, I was going to have some cereal," and you're like, "Tough titty nope." There's not even a bowl full left.
All right.
Tough titty nope, said the kitty.
Say it. Okay, here's a lupine excursion right here, or diversion, or whatever you want to call it. Say that, Todd. Say that little saying.
Okay, which one? The kitty.
Tough titties.
Tough titties, said the kitty, but the milk. Now, I always thought
Here
it
we
was
go.
tough titties, said the kitty, but the milk's all dry. And then somebody, it might have been Celia. She's usually the one that has the sayings that are tough titties, said the kitty, but the milk's still fresh.
See, now those two are totally different from the two I've heard.
Okay.
Okay. My wife maintains it is tough titty, said the kitty, when the milk ran dry.
Close enough.
I maintain it is tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. Did I make you spew?
You might have. I think it
was
came out
the
of his
way you
nose
said
hole.
it. I just picture a creepy cat. Tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. Like the way you said good. Like just some
Like Halle Berry and Monsters Ball.
Lit room, like tough titty, the milk's still good.
It's still good.
But here's what's interesting about that. Those are both very similar to what I said, just a different way of saying them. They were synonymous. The milk's still fresh would be like saying the milk's still good.
Right.
So was it from the cat's perspective, the kitty's perspective, was it a rough and unpleasant nipule, but the milk was still fine, which made it worth it? It's like, hey, this is uncomfortable, but hey, the milk's still good. Or, daggone, this is a rough nipule, and there's nothing coming out.
So is the cat also saying it's only willing to serve up spoiled milk? Like, you ain't getting none of this milk. The milk's still fresh. Tough. Go on about your business. Go find another teat to suckle.
Go find your own milk. Meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really do wonder how that came about, that saying.
Yeah, there's
etymology.
There's multiple possibilities for that.
So if the one, honestly, I understand tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's all dry. That makes more sense to me. Like there's no milk here. Go elsewhere. But to say it's still fresh, that hints towards the kitty will only give up the milk when the milk is no longer useful to it. When it's not fresh
when
anymore.
I hear that one, but tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's all dry. That means, or the milk's still fresh. That means that it is like the nipple. There is something off-putting about it, but they could live with it because the milk is still fresh.
See, I think it's turning away. It's turning away the kitten. It's turning away the hungry kitten.
See,
but what I don't get is if you're saying the milk. Okay, so tough titty said the kitty, the milk's still fresh. You're saying,
wait a minute. It depends on which kitty's saying it. If it's the kitty dishing the milk, if it's the lactating kitty, it's turning the other kitty away. But if it's the kitten that is nursing, is like tough titty. But you know what? That milk's okay.
Okay. I've got a Wiktionary entry for this. And that's the main reason why I'm laughing. I'm laughing at your conversation. But okay, so of course Wiktionary goes into a very detailed entry for this thing.
Okay.
So the etymology chosen for the rhyme, the image is of a kitten sucking at the mother cat's teat, hence the references to milk in the extended variants. Okay. Usage notes, sometimes further elaborated into various phrases involving milk. Tough titty said the kitty, but the milk sure tastes good. That's very wordy. That doesn't go.
Yeah, that's verbose.
Tough titty said the kitty, but the milk's still good. Tough titty said the kitty, but the milk tastes fine. Tough titty said the kitty when the milk went dry.
See, these mean multiple different things.
Yes,
it comes in.
But here's what you got. But here's what you got to look at, Brady. I just now, when Aric read that, see what you're saying. You're saying like the suckling cat is saying, that's a tough titty, but the milk tastes great.
Yes.
But that makes no sense for what it actually means. The meaning of it is no. It's someone saying no. So that would make no sense there.
So it's the lactating kitty. It's saying,
yes,
city,
go.
It's dry. Go away.
And that makes
I always
sense.
looked at it from the nursing kitty.
But when you say tough titty, you're saying no to someone. You're turning them away.
Well, no, I thought it was a literal tough, like I said, there was something wrong or misshapen about the nipple, which was making the nursing tough, but the milk is still fine.
I understand. Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is, when do people use the term tough titty? When they're saying no to you.
So I'm not done with the entry yet.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
All right, so one more.
This entry needs us. This entry needs us to add to it.
It does. One more elaboration here. Tough titty said the kitty when the milk wouldn't run.
Well, that's dry.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Very similar. So interjection. Tough titty said the kitty. Synonym of tough titty. Hard luck. Too bad. So what Todd says, yes, you're saying no to someone. So
then the only one that makes sense is that the milk's all dry. That's the only one that makes sense.
Do you know what's amazing? There has been 2 times. It's just right now. This is much like the Ranger Dan conversation. That all this time I've been like the only one on my island thinking what I think.
Now that one can't be shared on the podcast, at least on the TV14 podcast.
Mind blown.
Yeah. But I have always wondered
his Ranger Dan and his large K9 Richard.
So anybody listening,
look up George
out there,
Carlin's bit.
Yes, anybody listening out there, what says you of this? I mean, I think it makes total sense to say if you are the supplier of the milk, saying
milk supplier,
saying tough titty, the milk's all dry. I don't think it has anything to do with the coarseness of the nipple, like Brady was saying.
Well, if it says it's run dry, I would absolutely agree. Yeah. But on the tough titty said the kitty, but the milk's still good, that totally comes from the perspective of the cat that's nursing.
Unless there's something we don't know, and maybe the cat only distributes milk that's starting to go bad, that's starting to spoil. Maybe the milk.
I mean, because no mother cat is going to milk itself and drink its own milk, because that would make no sense.
That's true.
What an intellectual conversation about such a throwaway line.
Well, you weren't kidding, Aric. That was quite a rabbit hole.
It was indeed.
I still don't think we got to a. I mean, there's
no consensus.
We need help. Yeah.
Man, we did well. There was no consensus on Wikipedia either. So, Jim did not comment on the tough titty conversation, but he did comment on the titty nope, asking if that's the same as Brady's hot dog handle. Need a titty nope of hot dog.
Yeah, I thought. Like I said, I thought a titty nope was a bird, like a titmouse or a nuthatch.
Not to be confused with a blue-footed booby.
Booby.
That's why the bird song I sent the other day cracked me up. I'd take a titmouse, a nuthatch. 'Cause I
Oh.
love birds.
Oh man, this is why I love doing this. I miss this. So I'm going to leave it with one more. This is a big list, but I think this is a fun one too. Taradiddle. It may seem like pretentious nonsense to use as silly as a word as taradiddle to describe, well, pretentious nonsense, but that's exactly what it means.
It's a
His
female
stories are-
pterodactyl.
Female pterodactyl.
There you go.
Or a male
That
pterodactyl.
works.
Either way, it's one or the other.
His stories are more taradiddle than truth. It's kind of like pretentious puffery.
Is it taradiddle or taradiddle? Like Terry is
Tara, like the girl's name, taradiddle.
okay. Because I could see
Puffery.
if it were taradiddle, like tarrying, like taking too long, like
Yeah.
don't tarry.
Yep.
Puffery.
Puffery.
Taradiddle.
Taradiddle. It's like you're just telling stories.
Gotcha. So it's not a musical term.
Exaggerated.
It's like
Yeah.
a paradiddle.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear
So-
any of your taradiddle nonsense.
I just say, Mr. Principal. So when some kid comes giving you a big false story, trying to get himself out of hot water, it's like, hey,
Hot
don't tear hot
waddle.
waddle. Don't taradiddle here. I want the truth. I will give
There
you
you go.
$5 if you could do that tomorrow.
Well, I'm
Yes.
hoping I don't do it tomorrow. I mean, I always root for no discipline any day. But
There you go.
Yes.
Well, you could
You
root in
change-
one hand and hope in the other.
Exactly right.
Oh, well, that was fun. Who would have known? And I still go back to it. Who would have known that Tough Titty said the kitty, that whole colloquialism, could be
I think we
such a
spent 5
deep
minutes on
philosophical
that.
piece? Yes.
I
Wowzers.
still have much to say about that.
I
We
got
could do-
questions.
Can we do an entire episode on Tough Titty said the kitty?
We probably
Yes.
could.
We probably
That
could.
that rival coleslaw as far as diversions.
Still crack up, and I can't remember who it was. It was somebody, a fellow musician. It's like, I can't believe I've been listening for 30 minutes of you guys talking about coleslaw.
But
There
I
you
can't
go.
turn it away.
All right. Website, playbyyourpodcast.com. You can find all of our social media links on there. We have Facebook, YouTube, Instagrams, Twitter. All right.
Tweety.
Family Feud.
Feud.
You went all floppy there.
Yeah, sorry for the flaccid mic. So I have a special
Is that the
sucker tonight.
geriatric flaccid Mike? That sounds like Wilford Brimley and
That
was
was
a belly laugh.
Magic Mike and on Golden Pond mesh
yeah.
up there, or a cocoon in on or Magic Mike. Yeah, you don't want to see the third Magic Mike installment, Flaccid Mike.
oh,
Family Feud.
Matthew McConaughey's in that one.
Nay.
I have a special
right.
sucker for this one, by the way. This sucker I found in some Valentine Day candy that I didn't know I had, and I have no idea what flavor it is.
It looks orange.
No,
orange
it's
to
not.
me.
It's actually not. I think. Hang on a minute. It's my lighting.
is it
That's the orange.
tamarind?
No, it's weird. I look orange, like my face looks yellow, jaundice, but it's pink. It's like it's pinkish red. It's rose.
That does not look at least bit pink
No,
or red on our end.
I wonder why I
No.
was so jaundiced looking. I think it's my
Lighting.
my whatever that light's called, that all the cool people use.
The ring light.
Yeah.
yeah.
Brady and his eyes see. Good Lord, Brady, your fingernail covers up the entire name on the box. That's
Jack. Rose.
Chuck. All right. You get out your sucker. I get out my Uis box.
Yes.
All right, so gentlemen, as in the Real Family Feud, we have face-offs. So, yeah, you have to make a sound, and the first sound I hear gets the answer.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
gonna be fun.
Okay, here we go. So, round one, so that is single points. Top 7 answers on the board. Here's the question. Name something that takes longer to do the older you get. Todd.
Apparently, ring in if you're Brady. That's I'm gonna say urinate.
Urinate. Ting. Number 7 answer.
Walk.
Walk. Ting. Number 2 answer.
Ah.
Would you like to play or pass, Brady?
I shall play. I'm not a communist.
All right. Name something that takes longer to do the older you get.
Get dressed.
Get dressed. Ting. Number 1 answer.
Oh, really?
Yep. Name something that takes longer to do the older you get.
Get up the stairs.
Climb stairs. Ting.
Oh,
Number
that's
4
walking.
answer. Name something that takes longer to do the older you get.
East.
Eats. 1 strike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Name something that takes longer to do the older you get.
Go to sleep.
Sleep. There are your answers.
All right.
Garsh.
Name
I am
something that
going
takes
to
longer to
say-
do the older you get.
Remember things?
Remember? All right, Todd, you can steal.
Hogwash.
Name something.
Porcine
that takes-
bath.
Tough
Name
kitty.
something- Name something that takes longer to do the older you get.
All right. I'm really torn between Whoopi.
See, I was thinking Whoopi too.
Whoopi 2 Electric Boogaloo. Or driving. I'm going to say driving.
Driving.
Oh, if Whoopi's on there, I'm going to be so upset.
All right, so Brady, 36 points.
Yes.
All right. Other answers. Get up and out of bed was number 3.
Get up and get out of bed.
Get up and move. Clean the house was number 5.
Clean
the house.
Run was number 6.
Run.
See, this is why Family Feud makes me mad. I get mad at the people they interview and they ask because
Yeah, I know.
everybody knows that old people drive slow.
Yeah.
All right. Round 2. Double the points.
Boy.
Top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. What article of clothing do you take off first? Todd.
Shirt.
Shirt. Ting. Number 1 answer.
Oh.
I gotta play.
You gotta play.
Oh.
Play it.
Pants.
Pants.
Trousers.
Number 3 answer. What article of clothing do you take off first?
Socks.
Socks. Ting. Number 5 answer.
It's nonsensical.
Shoes.
There you go.
Shoes. Ting. Number 2 answer.
I got
As caught.
Is that all of them? Is that 5? Oh, there's one more. Oh,
There's one more.
Heavens to Betsy. It's gonna be something stupid. Belt.
Belt.
Always happens.
There we go.
What article of clothing do you take off first?
Jacket/coat.
Jacket/coat.
Come on, it's gonna be something.
That's what my guess was gonna be.
Bra.
Bra. Ting.
Yes.
Oh.
See, I had to just think about being a woman for a second. I know the glory that brings women.
Let me see. I gotta add these things up. Let's see. 53 and 17 is 70, 85, and 13 is 101. So double the points would be 202.
Oh. Tertiariola, said the feline. For anybody who's still out there, if anybody doesn't know that we're actually enjoying what we're doing, right now we're kind of oblivious to if there's an audience.
Yeah.
I believe it would.
Would you agree?
I believe it would be terse.
This is what riding in the car with us is like.
All right, so we are playing to 300.
Oh,
so you know.
really?
Yeah, but it's now 202 to 36.
God.
All right. Top 7 answers on the board. Here's the question. Name something you squeeze. Brady.
Oranges.
Oranges. Ting. Number 2 answer.
Oh.
Todd. Name something you squeeze.
Lemon.
Lemons. Ting. Number 1 answer.
What? Fallacy. There is no world where somebody squeezes a lemon more than they squeeze an orange.
I disagree. Because the saying is take it easy lemon squeezy, not take it easy orange squeezy.
Player pass, Todd.
Isn't a lemon squeeze an actual thing?
Citruses are squozen.
All right, I got to play. I mean, I shoot.
Yeah. Okay. Name something you squeeze. Three seconds.
A lime.
A lime. Name something you squeeze.
A person.
A person. Oh. Name something you squeeze. Seconds.
A squeeze box. Like accordion.
Daddy never sleeps at night.
Accordion.
Oh.
All right, Brady, you can steal. Name something you squeeze.
Fruits or vegetables? Vegetables. if you need.
Vegetables.
Ooh.
Well, you couldn't have said fruits. We already named fruits.
Yeah.
Fruits.
Because people always like squeeze things like to make sure that they're firm and terse and they're not spoiled.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I lied. It's a 3-round game, so
Oh. As I
Todd
say.
wins 272 to 36. All right. Other answers. Number 3. Toothpaste tube.
Toothpaste tube.
Number 4. A ball or stress ball.
Ball or stress ball.
Foo. See, I was thinking about Charmin.
Number 5.
You don't squeeze that.
Ketchup.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Any condiment.
Number 6. The Charmin.
Oh. See, I was totally kidding.
Number 7. Boobs.
Get out.
I almost said that. I was afraid. I was scared.
It is Family Feud late night edition.
I can't see it. I take your word for
yeah.
it.
There's a glare. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a little better. All right, Brady loses
I
for
needed
the
that
first
win.
time in a while.
Yes.
Been a while.
Been a while. All right, good game. Good game.
Good
Yes.
game.
Quick.
Tough titty, said the
Yeah.
kitty, but the milk is almond.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen?
No, I will just say that my face and my midsection are going to be aching tonight when I go to bed. That is always
all
the
about-
mark of a good episode.
Always about the lupine diversions.
Oh man.
Make you a Rolade.
No one in the audience chimed in on tough titty, said the kitty.
I know. Do we still have people listening, or have we driven them off?
No, there were 6 people out there. They're just a quiet group.
Just a quiet group. Maybe they're just basking in the glory of our.
I can't imagine that they've heard the tough titty saying any differently than we have.
No, I mean
I think we covered them. I think we covered all of the tough titty ground.
variations,
Yeah.
extensions.
I would like to know how much that saying permeates. Like, is that very nichey, or is that just a well-known one? Is it a Southern Ohioism? Is it all around? I want to know more about this. And I
The
will rest on my
colloquialism-
laurels.
It's the colloquialism would be interesting to know.
It would be. I still stand by. It depends on which cat is saying it. Changes the whole meaning.
Okay, but let me ask you though: would the suckler, aka the kitty,
Yeah.
who would it be saying it to if it were that scenario? The next kid in line?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like he takes his little kit mouth off. Maybe it's uncomfortable, and he says to his littermate, tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. Like, that the end result is fine, but you got to work for it a little bit.
Well, see, that's the problem though with your thinking is that is a positive. Like, hey, you got to work for it, but there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an
but
uplifting message.
But again, the usage of it is negative. It's no. It's you're out of luck. It's good day, sir. Good day, sir. It's that. It's
So would you like to hear Urban Dictionary's input on this?
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Tough titty. A, an insincere or sarcastic way of saying that's too bad or deal with it. B, short version of the phrase tough titty, said the kitty when the milk went dry. Child, but mom, I don't want to mow the yard. Mom, well, tough titty, you're going to do it anyway.
So they just threw out the whole milk part and just just the tough
They
titty
did.
part.
Yeah, it's the over under. They just assume you know the rest.
Yeah, and you can't do it the other way. Like, Mom, I don't want to mow the yard. Well, the milk's still dry or the milk's still fresh. That wouldn't make any sense.
See.
Right.
After the kid mows the yard and he's tired and sweaty, but he's gonna get his allowance. Well, tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good.
Like it was a tough
It
road
was
to
a
hoe.
tough road to hoe. Yes.
Yeah.
But yay.
I think it's actually road to hoe, isn't it? Is it road to hoe or road to hoe?
It's a row to hoe because you're
A row to
like
hoe.
hoeing rows of whatever.
Row,
right?
row
Yeah,
to
row,
hoe.
like a row of
Yeah.
beans or a row
Yeah.
of corn.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I
Which
think
is
when we said
not-
road, it's
Meanwhile, an hour later, after talking about this one,
a row to hoe sounds like something you like you order online, like a row to hoe.
careful there.
No, I don't mean that. I'm talking about like a gardening tool, like a
Like a piece
row to
of a-
hoe. Like
piece of equipment.
yeah.
So I think Dennis puts it best here. Aliens listening to this episode are totally befuddled. They will probably capture and probe Stray Cats to further seek answers to this debate.
There'll be some
And the
quizzical
first cat-
felines
the
wondering
first
what's
cat
going
that's
on.
getting sucked up into the ship is yelling back to its litter mates, "Tough titty!" But I wanted to let you know that the milk is still fresh.
I will see
Still
you on
good.
the other side of the galaxy.
Oh,
We are
my-
non-serious people.
No, we're not. Anything else for the good
Nope.
of the order here?
So
You ever meet someone new? You ever meet someone new that hasn't grown up with you or hasn't known you, and then like you tell them like you do a podcast, but you're hesitant because you're like,
Do I really want this person?
well,
If you're trying to make an impression on somebody.
exactly.
well, it just depends. Are they a cool person or are they a straight-laced person?
There you go.
So yeah, that's. Well, I was just getting ready to say there is no harder thing than to turn this nozzle off and then go back to work tomorrow and be a serious teacher.
True.
So I got to dry up all this nonsense to go with it.
Dry it up.
Dry it up.
Yeah.
All right. Join us next time for what is it, 128? Episode 128 of the Play by Ear podcast. Yes. Take us out.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.